be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the 3rd and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flipping field position and a flipping fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it. They were hoping to force them into a field goal there. Instead, they give up the big gain, and now it's 1st and goal. The offense has got them on their heels.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
He was taken down.
Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches just say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Washington, nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 78 yards. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
And 4.
Looking to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
10 at the 18.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
And goal at the Niners' 6-yard line.
That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Washington 14, 49ers 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
The 3rd down pass. Intercepted.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
They'll run with Love. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
At the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, Love. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That one is slant to McLaurin. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Washington.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Going to give it to Love. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And a slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Good. Makes this Washington 21, 49ers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
49er first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Fuller there on the coverage.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Robbie Gould.
Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Makes this Washington 21, 49ers 14. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Tackle made at the 47.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now this throw caught left side. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A handoff as they run the counter play. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's 2nd down. That was huge after being behind the chains on 1st down to make this 2nd very manageable.
Man, how much pride do you have in an offense on 1st down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on 2nd down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief to defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. On now, Tucker McCann. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. It's headed right. It's no good. He misses wide of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Coleman has it here right side. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
A gain of 5. First down, San Francisco.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
To 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
It's third down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
San Francisco.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll drop to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Washington, first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
The quick slant caught. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a third and goal.
Third and goal.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And he's able to put it through.
Makes this Washington 28, 49ers 14.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. From the 6. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That gain on third down, good for 28 in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL's record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble. When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Second and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 13 yards there and a Washington first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And that'll set him back 5. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes this Washington 42. 49ers 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
At the 24-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 16 yards, a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And it's 3rd down.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
It's now 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Down, San Francisco.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Thirty-yard line, 2nd and 12.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's the throw dropped off to his fullback. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
A yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun, it's McDonald.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the Niners.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And now it's 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
So that'll back him up 5. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, this from 46. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football.